understanding your customers. There's a great quote that's really going to summarize what I'm going to teach you today. And it's the goal of marketing is to understand your customers so well that the product or service fits him and sells itself. It's from the brilliant management consultant Peter Drucker. And the goal is to really find the customers. And I don't know if you have, 100 customers, but there's really like 10 that are amazing. The goal is to figure out what are those 10, what do they have in common? Who are they? What are the characteristics that make them up so that you can actually do marketing that finds those people and attracts 100 out of 100, not 10 out of 100. Because if you look at your day and all the distractions and the craziness, you're probably spending time with people that are actually not a good fit for your business. I really struggled learning this. When I was 26, I started a company and we built this product. And I thought for sure our customers are going to be small business owners. I was passionate about helping small business owners. My friends, my brothers, they were all small business owners. So I built this marketing tool. And I remember sitting down at a coffee shop. We did kind of in-person interviews with business shop owners. So we were booking a bunch of them at a coffee shop. And we sat down and I showed this marketing tool. It was a landing page app. I showed it to a customer. And he looked at it and he just went blank. He goes, "What am I supposed to do now?" And I was like, "Well, you click get started." And he's like, "Well, okay." And he clicked getting started. And then it was like this template. Choose a template for a landing page. This guy didn't understand what a landing page was. He didn't even have the need. He didn't even know why he would use this. And I thought for sure every small business customer needs landing pages so that when they're running paid traffic to their website, they can capture the lead. And it was horrible, horrible experience. It really made me realize that instead of trying to guess who my customer is, maybe I should ask them. Maybe I should show them the product and say, who do you think the customer is going to be for? A small pivot changed the direction of that. It ended up being that it wasn't the small business customer, it was the marketing agencies they hired to do their marketing. And the business took off. But I tell you that because there's 3 ways that I've learned to get feedback from the customer to really understand what an ideal customer looks like. The one is in person, like I just told you, at a coffee shop, sitting down, face-to-face, watching them. When I was doing these customer interviews, the thing that really kind of blew my mind was we always asked them to bring their laptops. And when he opened up his laptop, I don't know if you've ever seen this, maybe your grandparents have this problem, but he had about 15 toolbars in his browser. Like, essentially half the browser page was spyware that somehow over the years he had collected on his computer. So our landing page pushed everything down. And I would have never learned that without sitting face-to-face and watching them. It's one of my favorite things to actually sit down in somebody's office and watch them interact with our solution. And this is true if you're in retail or a restaurant. It's like sit down with the customer, maybe after they've experienced your product, and talk to them. One thing I do every Thursday in my company is I call it Smile and Dial. I get 6 or 7 names from our customers, our recent customers over the past 2 weeks, and I just call them. Now here's the trick that I'm going to teach you is don't tell them you're the founder or CEO if you are. Because they will just go off. They won't give you real feedback because they don't want to hurt your feelings knowing that you created the solution they're using. So that's a trick. But every Thursday, Smile and Dial, it's a way for me to really understand who our core customers are. The other way is a bit more kind of hands-off is to survey them. I've done this recently with my blog. If you're watching this on my blog, I sent out a survey to thousands of my viewers and asked them, what are some of your top challenges? What's a question you would ask me? I asked about 18 different questions to really understand who my core audience was. It's a really simple way. In the technology world, there's this thing called the Customer Discovery Survey. You can go look at it at survey.io. And it asks some really amazing questions. My favorite one of all of them was, how do you explain our company or service to a friend? Think about that. The language your customers use to explain your product to a friend that you get to learn. And if you looked over 100 different responses, you can figure out which one of these words should we maybe add to our homepage, add to the description of how our product or service works. It's a really amazing and intimate way to understanding your customers. And the third, probably my favorite way, and it might sound a little creepy at first, but hold out for now. If you have customers or you have friends that should be customers, go to their Facebook page. Go to likes. It's there for everybody. Most people don't even know that the information about this is there for them, so go check it out. And what you can do is you can actually look at all the different likes, from artists to musics to TV shows to authors to public figures that your ideal customer loves. And what I do is I write them all down. Maybe I'll look at 10 different ideal customers and I'll see what are the commonalities. Is there a theme? Is there actual people or TV shows or services that they all seem to love and use? Because that'll tell me a lot of insight into my business and who my ideal customer is. And those are really the three things that I want to share with you today. Because again, if you figure out who your core customer is, who is the most best fitted to use your product, it will sell itself. Please leave me a comment below letting me know what the biggest takeaway was from this video. And again, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and business, and I will see you next Monday.